Hello there. I'm another fanfic critic, as if you needed one more of us. Well, actually, I think I'm the only one active right now. Megan and Lenny are pretty much gone. I'm still living in the same place as last time. If you lived my life, you would know why I rarely make uploads. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. News, let's see. I have a new job. And I was promoted. I'm a manager now. Unfortunately, Scarlet, my black cat, passed away last year. It was very sudden, but I got a new cat a few months ago, and her name is Melanie. And I'm not sure where she is, but I want you to meet her. So let me go wrangle her up. Melly, Melly, where are you? Where are you at? Come here. Oh. This is Melanie. Say hi. Say hi. She's like, I hate you right now, Mom. Alright. Anyway, yeah. So, still, I'm gonna have to read the fanfiction off of my phone. Wi-Fi issues. Don't have Wi-Fi right now. Long story. But all of my requests, like last time, have been deleted somehow. I don't know why or how. So I was watching Fanfic Critic earlier, and I was like, you know what? I think I want to do another episode of mine because I really enjoyed doing it. So I generally, Megan and I and Lenny, we went off of fanfiction.net, but there's another website with actually really good fanfiction, better than fanfiction.net generally as far as stories go. I have a couple of fanfics published on this site. It's called An Archive of Our Own. So I decided to look at the latest Harry Potter fanfics, and I found one that is incomplete. I only skimmed through it a little bit. I didn't read it all. I'm sorry the lighting sucks, by the way. I'm really sorry. I don't know what to do about it. I really need a new computer, but that costs money. And money is very hard to come by. It's one of the most popular ships of all time, Drarry. For those of you who don't know what Drarry is, it's Draco and Harry slashed together. I can see the appeal of this. I really can. Just like Draco and Hermione, I personally hate this pairing, but I can see the appeal. There's a lot of attraction to, the tension between two people who hate each other, two people who don't get along, two people from, different walks of life, and that tension, that hate provides, and hate is a sort of passion. So it's, it's understandable. I get it. This fanfiction, right off the bat, you sort of know that it's called My Dark Little Secret. It's by Mirami16. Mirami? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but let's see. Yeah, it has one chapter and it's incomplete. It has 2 kudos on Archive of Our Own. Kudos is like, the like button, like, on Facebook or whatever. Let's see. Alright. Okay, My Dark Little Secret. In your title, every word should be capitalized. Because if it's not, it looks sloppy, and I don't know. It's My Dark Little Secret, obviously. Here's the summary. Harry, you can't be serious, shouted Draco on the boy lying next to him. So I guess he's like putting his mouth up against Harry and saying, That's really weird. I've never talked to someone that way before. I am serious, Draco. I've checked it multiple times. I told you that it's depressing a bit. Period. Side, no, it's a comma. The sentence, when you have dialogue, ends with asked, said, blah, blah, blah. So it should be bit, comma, sighed Harry, when he pushed a strand of Draco's blonde hair behind his ear. I just need to endure it. Okay, that's in the same paragraph. That needs to be in a separate paragraph. Sorry. Dialogue. Dialogue. I just need to endure it, and I'll be fine, you'll see. Again, a period. Draco's face was stoically unreadable. If he did think something, he didn't showed it on his face. Stoically unreadable. I think that might be a little repetitive. You know, being stoic means you can't really tell what the person's feeling. It's like a good poker face, something I don't have at all. You should go against me in a staring contest. You would win, like, in the first 2 seconds. But obviously there's a grammar mistake. You know, he didn't showed it on his face. Alas, fanfic about Harry and Draco enduring life after the war all together in strange Muggle world. Since when is the Muggle world strange to Harry? He grew up in the Muggle world. He didn't even fucking know he was a wizard. Ugh. And A/B/O verse. I don't know what that means, unfortunately. Author's notes. My first fanfic about Harry and Draco. Just decided to post my work. Feel free to enjoy it. Alrighty. Chapter 1 is called Encounter. Draco's POV. Okay, so it's split into POVs. Alright. Let's see. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, get this all set up here because, yeah. And I know a couple of you call me Drunk Lady, so hey, here we go. This is a nice Rolling Rock. Been into Rolling Rock lately. It's the only cheap beer I like. And unfortunately, I still haven't quit smoking. It's difficult. There are some studies that say nicotine is harder to quit than heroin. I don't know if it is or not, but I digress. Let's get back to the fanfic. Draco's POV. It's been already 2 years. Okay, TWO, don't put 2. If the number is less than 10, you write the number out. Alright. Since the end of the war. I can say that I've survived my trial pretty well, even though it was thanks to the luck named Harry Get Potter. Thanks to the luck of, well, I guess, yeah, I mean, if you remember at the Battle of Hogwarts, when Harry reveals himself to still be alive, the Malfoys got to flee. Not because they were heroes, not because they liked Harry, not because they had a change of heart, but because they followed the winner. They were fence sitters, you know what I mean? They knew if Harry had survived death again, because this is the second time he survived being killed by Voldemort, then they knew they were fucked. They knew their side was fucked. So I don't really respect them for that at all. I think that Lucius Malfoy's a fucking pansy. Alright. And he's calling Harry, Get Potter. Well, that's pretty in character. Without him, I would probably be in Azkaban trying to not go crazy any fucking minute. Yeah. Funny how my petty existence should be thankful to him. I was surprised when he just popped in front of Wizengamot, the Wizengamot, to defend me in my case. Okay, so Draco is charged with war crimes. That's realistic. I mean, I assume that there were, you know, similar to the Nuremberg trials after the war. because there were a lot of war crimes committed. I expected I would have my cell already prepared next to one of my father's, but no, and no. Want to talk about no. Potter just had to save one more life because of his almighty hero complex. Yeah, I guess. I mean, Harry's definitely not one of my favorite characters. But Harry's sort of a blank slate. You know, he's the eye, you know, everything's from his point of view, and he knows pretty much right off the bat that he's like this messiah figure. And J.K. Rowling has said this before. J.K. Rowling is a Christian, I believe. I believe she is a Christian. And many stories have the, you know, messiah figure. So I think at one point Harry, he knew that one day he would have to make a sacrifice or whatever. I'm not sure hero complex is, you know, that's sort of, you know, that's sort of rude. But I mean, I can see where Draco would think this, of course, because this is from Draco's point of view. I'm just, speaking for me. Maybe I am thankful, but I have for him only a drop of thankfulness. Remember how you used to make the noise in class? Okay, maybe that was just me. Good morning. I am searching for some fruit yogurt. Can you help me? Okay, where is he? What's going on? My pitying. How are you pitying by asking for fruit yogurt? Are you like walking into the store with no money? Like, can someone please buy me some fruit yogurt? The one with fruit on the bottom? I really like fruit on the bottom. Alright, my pitying, like I said, was interrupted by a young girl, maybe 13 or 14 years old. Okay, who's this? Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, good. Now smile. I can't lose another job. Okay, so, what? Alright. The only thing we figured out is that Draco's family was on trial for war crimes. As far as what he's doing now or his future is completely unknown to us. So apparently, he has a job, he's at a store begging for yogurt, and he's afraid he's going to lose his job because he's begging for yogurt. Okay, and for some weird, creepy reason, he's made nervous by maybe prepubescent girl. Ugh. Good morning, aisle 3. You need to go to the end of this one, and then to the right, it would be the 4th aisle on your left. Yeah, alright. Well, she's a good employee. She knows where something is. She can direct the customer with a, very, articulate manner. She's a good employee. I said with the best smile I could do at the... What? You're not the one talking, Draco. She is. Are we suddenly in her head? Just go, please. To my luck, she left immediately. Sigh. This day will be long. I don't understand how wanting yogurt would affect your day this much. I mean, I like yogurt just as much as the best person. I don't know. Like, I really like, let's see, I like hot dogs a lot. Cheeseburgers, probably my favorite food. I love cheeseburgers, but getting a cheeseburger isn't this extremely stressful, passionate event where it controls my entire day, it controls my mind, and I love cheeseburgers, so I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go get a fucking cheeseburger. I fucking love cheeseburgers, hell yeah. Let's see. Yeah, because of Wizarding Society, I rather left and started my own life in a Muggle world / Muggle London. Just say Muggle London. Or the, Muggle, whatever. It was, and why did Draco want to join the Muggle world? This makes no sense. Draco has no experience with Muggles at all. He comes from a pureblood family. He comes from one of the most pureblood families of all time. He comes from, I think it's called the Sacred Eight, in the extended universe. Or the Sacred, I don't know. It's some number. It's like a book that records the most pureblood families. You know, like genealogy. So I don't understand how, I mean, Jesus, like, he must be permanently mentally scarred from this war and from everything he's been through. So I don't know, but there's no character development yet. There's no explanation of why, you know, what made Draco make this really huge decision to disregard his entire lifestyle and go into this new lifestyle. It was hard at the beginning, but I can handle it somehow now. I just still hate talking with Muggles. Then why did you decide to live in Muggle society? Ay, ay, ay. Old habits die hard, I guess, yeah, apparently. I live in a small apartment. Just few minutes of walk. Okay. From this department store. Department stores sell yogurt now? I did not know this. I didn't know Neiman Marcus had a yogurt section. Whatever. It is small, but mine, and that's all that matters to me. Okay, so he owns a department store. But he was at a grocery store begging for yogurt, but he owns a department store. Okay. I was lucky during last few months that I had no encounters with witches or wizards. Alright, so Draco is either extremely wildly out of character or extremely psychologically damaged from the war, which is it's an interesting way to, you know, for a fanfic. It's very interesting to, I never really read one where Draco was affected this much by the war, and I think that makes sense. So that aspect is interesting. I just wish they would give us a little bit more information. Let's see. Only wizards or witches can have alpha, beta, or omega traits. That's why I'm glad I didn't meet anyone. Am I stupid? Am I missing, like, what are alpha, beta, omega? Can someone explain that to me? I feel stupid right now, like I should know this certain psychology that they're talking about. It was the worst, like literally the worst experience I ever had. It was triggered by some wizard alpha. I don't know what he's talking about. This is very difficult for me. Who just wanted to have a lunch in a place I worked as a waiter. So he worked as a waiter, now he owns a department store. He's moving on up. Good for you, Draco. I remember smelling some spices mixed with chocolate. Okay. Sigh. I still have some flashbacks during nights I'm alone. Yeah, I mean, PTSD from war, very common. Especially seeing as Draco was, what, 17, maybe 18? The wizard dragging me out, kissing me, trying to have me. My unpleasantly wet ass. My unpleasantly wet ass. What? Is that like getting out from the pool and realizing you don't have a dry towel, so you kind of just have to like walk around and wait for your ass to dry? Oh, and wet jeans. Okay, so I guess he jumped in the pool with his clothes on. Jesus God. And wet jeans I had. I cried and begged him to leave me, but his strength was overwhelming. Thankfully, my coworker saved me and dragged me to my home, then left. Okay, that's not a word. Left. L-E-F-T. That spells left. Just so you know. After that, I remember awful pain in my body. The most okay, this okay. Should probably be a semicolon moment. And this is a read more about it moment for me. I want to know what what happened, and I really hope I learned this. Like I said, I just skimmed through this because it was a spur of the moment type thing to do this. All right, coworker saved him. Okay, awful pain. The most humiliating fact was that I wanted that wizard back with me. So you're not being sexually assaulted, or you're being sexually assaulted and feel bad about wanting it. Yeah, it's something that rape victims or sexual assault victims don't like to discuss, is the fact that the body reacts naturally to any sort of physical stimuli. It has nothing to do with your reasoning, your mind, or what you actually want. It's just your body reacting to stimuli, which is why a lot of women who have been raped or sexually assaulted have had orgasms, and they don't want to admit it because it makes them feel shameful and guilty. So I don't really know where they're going with this, if that's sort of the case, that Draco maybe got an erection, which is, if a woman or a man attempts to have the man penetrate them, obviously they need the man to have an erection, and I'm so sorry that we're discussing this. All right. It was a long week, okay? You don't need to say that twice. Of my first heat. Is he a cat? Is he rubbing himself against walls going, oh boy. I hated everything about it, but I can do nothing. Learn to live with it, Draco Malfoy, otherwise you'll get fucked by a random stranger again. That should be in italics. An inner thought should be in italics. So I keep track of my heats and always take days off from my job. It helps to not get raped. Well, yeah, no shit. Okay, another shelf is filled with this meat poison in cans. He praised himself and smiled, checking his watches. What? What the hell is going on? I feel like I'm missing something huge here. Nice, my shift ends in half an hour, Draco mumbled. Yeah, how many times have we mumbled that to ourselves? Oh, thank God I get off soon. He turned to leave to the storeroom, but bumped into some man and started panicking. Oh shit, he smells like an alpha. Okay. Alright, now we are at Harry's POV. So I'm assuming the alpha, whatever the fuck that means, please someone explain that to me, is Harry. Harry Potter, Harry James Potter, the boy who lived come to die, whatever you want to call him. 2 years without any possibility of private life, it exhausted Harry enough that he started to live in Muggle London since week ago. No. No, 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 no. Harry would never do that. If you remember, his life in the Muggle world was fucking torturous and horrible. He was abused horribly, neglected horribly. The only time he felt like himself, the only time he felt accepted was in the wizarding world at Hogwarts. He would have lived at Hogwarts if he could. No, this is not feasible. And plus, he ended up marrying Jenny, which I'm not a huge fan of that pairing. It seems way too convenient, especially the way it was portrayed in the movies. Jenny, had no character at all in the movies. I really hated movie Jenny. Bonnie Wright, I'm not blaming it on the actress. I'm blaming it on the, writers, whatever, the people who were like, okay, we're just gonna make Jenny's only personality trait that she likes Harry, But, alright, so anyway, Another reason Harry would never do this. All right. Harry marries Jenny. They have children. They have, let's see, they have Albus, they have James, and they have Lily, I believe. They are all witches and wizards. None of them are squibs. Oh, and a squib is someone who is born of a wizard or witch who does not have any magical abilities. A prime example is Filch. So Harry would never do this because he wanted his kids to go to Hogwarts. But at the same point in time, Harry is sort of tired of being recognized and being famous, or, you know. After war, Harry was chased by reporters from Daily Prophet every day he went out. Yeah, I can believe that. Jenny left him. Oh, wow. And it was partially his fault as well. Okay, so Jenny left him. Maybe that's what triggered him to... Wow, that's really sad. I'm sorry, Harry. Actually, he admitted that he only pretended his love for her after war. No, he didn't. No, that is not true. No. She was awesome as a friend, but his feelings for her he felt during their studies in Hogwarts completely disappeared. Why? No. Why would you do that? That's horrible. If anyone was going to get divorced, it would be Ron and Hermione, even though that's my favorite pairing of the whole thing. I've shipped Ron and Hermione since 1997, and I've read the first book. I mean, I love them. And even J.K. Rowling was like, well, if they were to stay together, they'd probably need marriage counseling, which is hilarious. All right. So she focused more on Quidditch as a seeker in Holyhead Harpies, and that's canon, and stayed in touch with her family. Harry wanted to stay away of any wizarding public places, so he confessed to his friends Hermione and Ron about Jen and his feelings. Okay. Ron was mad on Harry. Again, these people are like on other people doing things. It's like, oh, I'm so mad at you. Alright. Ron was mad on Harry, whatever, at the beginning, but then he came, and told him, well, mate, why is this in italics? Okay, if it's supposed to be a memory, start a separate paragraph, just some transition of... Well, mate, Jenny is beta. I know. ... And I wish for you as alpha for alpha. You just should find some omega that you'll be happy with. I really need to research this after I read this. Merlin, I am glad you're not with my sister anymore. What? I'm glad you're not with my sister anymore? Wow, dude. Ron's his best friend. Ron's his best friend. He falls in love with his sister and marries her. And Ron's perfectly okay with this separation. Oh, I'm glad you're not with her anymore. Like, what? If my best friend ever said that to me, I'd be like, what the hell? Alright. Harry smiled. These memories were precious to him. What memories? He got up from the armchair he was sitting in and went to grab some food from the fridge. Okay, so they're at someone's house. Transitions are your friend. Damn, I have to go buy some food. I completely forgot. So he took his coat and went to the nearest store. A lot of this story takes place in a store. Makes me feel like I'm at work. This muggle life somehow helped him to live more freely than, it should be than, in Wizarding World, the Wizarding World. No one to pursue him, no interviews, he enjoyed it. There's some grammar issues here, but anyway. He didn't use his wand, he tried to do everything in the muggle way last few days. Okay, so I really hope Harry doesn't develop an Obscurus. Wow. For you super Harry Potter fans, an Obscurus is a witch or wizard who decides to internalize their magic, decides to repress it because of fear for whatever reason, and it doesn't turn out well for them at all. And he's too old to be an Obscurus anyway. It didn't occur to him at first how much he was used to magic around him. It didn't occur to him? Harry's not that fucking stupid. He may not be the, in the running for world's smartest guy, but he's not that dumb. Alright. After 2 or 3 days, okay, I already read that. Whenever he woke up from his nightmares, he went to do laundry or wash dishes. Okay. So he leaves his house filthy, so when he has nightmares, he can clean it. Okay, I've never done that. Whatever. Anything doing by hand, helped him relax. He would lie if he said that he was fine. He knew that he had tons of problems and panic attacks, but didn't like the fact that the Daily Prophet would find out immediately if he went to counselor. Yeah, that's true. I would hate to be a celebrity. I would hate to be famous. I like privacy. There's a reason I live alone. Okay, so some cans with anything edible, please. First, period, again, comma, should be. Harry mumbled to himself when he arrived in the store. Okay, so he's talking to himself? Wow, every character in the story has extreme PTSD. Something smelled nicely here, like combination of vanilla, lavender, and something he didn't know, but it reminded him the feeling of laying on a greenfield site. What's a greenfield site? You don't have to go through all this commotion, just say a green field. Alright. Enjoying the warmth of the sun. Completely lost in depths of the scent, he just continued to the aisle in front of him. It had some cans with ... meat? Wow, a can with meat? That is so interesting and groundbreaking. Oh my god. I had no idea there were canned products with meat in them. Fucking A! He didn't question how he got there. Okay. Until the guy that was refilling the shelves a second ago bumped into him. That took Harry out of his scent trance, okay. Excuse me, Harry heard from Guy, who too vanished into thin air. Okay. So he wants to escape from the wizarding world to go in the muggle world, but they can apparate. Wow. Poor Harry. That was strange, Harry mumbled to himself. No, it's not. It's not strange. At all. You're a wizard. You know how to apparate. You know what apparition is. It's not strange for someone to disappear into thin air. Like hell. He followed that guy with his eyes, then took some of the cans with him and went to pay him. I thought he disappeared. What? Okay. Only after Harry arrived at home he suddenly realized that there was a witch or wizard because of that scent. He just realized it. And what the hell do wizards and witches smell like? Do they smell like fucking, like, patchouli or paper mill or, like, sulfur or some shit? Like, that's so fucking strong and disgusting that you just know it's them? Alright. Harry didn't have the pleasure to meet any male Omega. It was pretty rare, in fact. He sighed. So, Harry is bisexual? I guess? Okay. He took one of the freshly bought cans and plopped the inside of it on his plate. Okay. It's weird. And went to heat it up in the microwave. During the heating of his delicious meal, I don't know why delicious is in fucking quotations, but whatever. Rolling Rock, ha ha ha, beer, crazy drunk lady, ha ha ha. So if you need one more, whatever. Alright. During the heating, yeah, delicious, whatever. He tried to remember the scent he smelled. How does he not remember it if he knew damn well what the scent was? Right off the bat, he was like, hey, that's the scent of a witch or wizard. Now he, like, doesn't remember it? That's like, alright, certain things have very distinct smells. Coffee, marijuana, stuff like that. they have distinct smells. You can't explain it, but you know when you smell coffee, you know when you smell marijuana. I mean, they're just very distinct. You remember it. And same goes for taste. Try to describe the taste of asparagus. I'll give you a moment. All right. Are you done imagining? There are things that you just eat. Distinctive sense. You can't explain it. You don't need to explain it. Everyone knows. It's all good. Alright. He didn't know why, but it was somehow familiar to him. Of course it was. He just fucking smelled it 2 minutes ago. Maybe. Maybe you should try to meet that someone again. He was disturbed by the sound of microwave, telling him his meal was ready to eat. Oh yeah, because whenever I put food in the microwave to eat, I'm always like, "Wah!" when it goes off because I totally forgot I wanted to eat. Okay, Harry, you've got some major PTSD issues, dude. You should probably see a therapist regardless of whether the press knows it or not. Plus, if you're hiding in the muggle world, how would they... Anyway, alright. This is the last line. Whatever. It can wait. Now I'm really hungry. Okay. Harry shook his head and took the plate out of his microwave. And that's the end. Alright. I'm not sure what the plot of the story is, to be honest with you. I may be slightly buzzed, but I don't know. I don't know what's happening. It was very odd. But, God, it had some good potential storylines, didn't it? PTSD. God, that would be so interesting to explore how they felt right after the war. But yeah, we don't get any explanation about that except them basically telling us, not showing us they have PTSD. That would have been interesting. Jenny and Harry breaking up. I don't like this pairing, but it still made me pretty sad. Them going to the Muggle world, it doesn't seem realistic to me. You did not convince me whatsoever. Yeah. This story was not the worst story I've ever read, by far. It had a lot of good potential, but it had a lot of grammar mistakes. It had no transitions, blah, blah, blah. And Melly is trying to jump up on the laptop. Hey, girl. Hey, you can't... And now she's smelling my beer can. What a nosy little son of a gun. But yeah, I don't like it. At all. And that's the only chapter. They never finished it. Maybe they will one day. I don't care. I'm not going to revisit it. It had good potential, but it was bland. It was boring. It was shallow. You don't know what's going on. All of a sudden they're here, then they're there, and you don't know what the fuck their jobs are. You don't know you don't know anything. And when you start out a story, you should start with exposition. I mean, you gotta let your readers know what the fuck they're reading. That's, sort of important. But anyway, yeah, it felt good to do an episode. It really did. I enjoy doing it. It's just several mitigating factors, and you guys know how life is, adulthood is. Jesus God, I'm 29 years old now. Holy shit. Wonder how old I was when I started this. My hair is really long. I'm actually thinking of getting 8 inches of it cut off so I can donate it. But anyway, you guys don't give a shit about that. Yeah, so this is another Fanfic Critic signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. 100 and something people are still subscribed to me. Thank you so much. Yeah.